Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing this wonderful evening? Try again. There we go. Come on. Start the chat. Wee. Alright, while the chat is loading in OBS, I'm gonna go tell all my wonderful folks over in Discord that we are live. This is also known as spamming. And there we are. Chunk. Oh, that's good to go. Spectacular. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Whoo! Israel Morales, what up, dude? He says, here we go again. Here we go again. There's always another time. All right, I gotta get some stuff squared away over here. Because I apparently was not prepared enough. There we go. Trinda, hello, how you doing? Esenning. I don't know what that means. Israel, of course I know you. Dude. Like, remember the time when we, like, did the thing and stuff? I mean, I know you from chat. That's a start, right? Jennifer, hello. What's up? D-Dan, yo. Any cool nat 20 this week? I'm sure I rolled some nat 20s in my... What game would it have been? My Pathfinder 2 game? I'm sure I rolled some. I don't remember them. I probably got excited about it. Joshua Beatum, what up, dude? How you doing, man? Israel, yo pensaba que hablabas español porque yo vi tu nombre y dije, este hombre habla español. Ahora ya sé. Giratina Origin, what up? You're reminiscing over a hilarious story from nearly 2 years ago? Dude. Remember the time we did the thing? Yeah, Mary DM girl, hello, welcome. Yes, you had to be on vacation to catch a live stream? Oh, dude. Well, you know, what is it? These live streams, I mean, if you're at work, you can always listen to the live stream. You just like, you know, you have like multiple tabs on your browsers. You just put it on one of your tabs and then you listen to it. I mean, I'm assuming you have like an office job or something. That's what I would do. I would just listen to music or something while I was working. Jay, you lost your wizard this Saturday? Didn't please the gods of Olympus? So they just squashed you? They just squashed you? TVN, yeah, dude. Well, you know, the good news about getting the books from this Kickstarter is that you'll only have to wait until like next year or so, right? But we have an amazing track record of always delivering our Kickstarters. You don't wait 5 years, because there are some people, you know, that you wait 5 years to get your stuff. We're pretty good about getting you your crap when we say we're gonna get your crap. This will be our 4th Kickstarter now, and I don't remember if we've run over. Secret Art of Game Master delivered on time. Layers and Legends 2 delivered on time. The only one that I'm not sure about is Into the Fae, because it's been a while since we ran that Kickstarter, so I just don't remember if we hit our commitment date or not. But all right, I'm gonna get my coffee, and then we're gonna begin. You want to see something cool? Check this out. Oh, wait, we ran off. You ran off. Where'd you go? All right, come here. Come on. We did something to our dog. I want you guys to see this. Come here. Come on. Come here, you big turd. You're such a baby. Come here. Look at this. We painted our dog. So you guys may know that our dog used to be white. She was mostly white and she had like some dark brown spots on her. We painted her. Like, it's literally a thing. There are places you can go. They're not like kennels or vets or something, but it's kind of like a dog makeover clinic. I don't know how to explain it to you. I forget the name of that place. But anyway, they will take your dog and they will literally paint your dog. And so it's like, it's not permanent like hair dye, but it lasts a while, and it has this kind of scent to it. It's actually kind of a nice scent. So anyway, we got a new painted dog, and I don't know if I like the tan. I think we might try out like maybe like what are those things? The Dalmatians? The spotted ones or something? I don't know. We're gonna try out a few different things, and we're gonna see what we like, you know. All right, I gotta get some coffee. I got coffee. Did she get the mani-pedi? Yes, she did, because her nails were a little long, and so they did the mani-pedi. They threw it on for, they charged us a little something, but we got a discount because the paint job was like, it took like 4 hours to do the paint job, so they threw on the mani-pedi, not quite free, but at a discount at the very least. Yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, so we should start the live stream. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to hang out tonight. I have some horror stories, RPG horror stories that were sent to me by Goliath Cleric, who is here. And we'll see if he picked out some good ones for us. And if he didn't, I'm sure that I can embellish them and make them better or something. But anyway, we're just reading some horror stories. I've not read these before, so I'll be reacting to them. This is a reaction. I had one comment where somebody was like a little upset that I didn't understand what a scaven was, and that I should have prepared better for reading the story or something. And I was thinking, it's a reaction. I can't prepare for them. It defeats the point if I read them first. Unless it's a thing where you like read them first and then plan your reaction. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just be better at my job. But anyway, that's what we're doing tonight, and pretty much that's it. So have fun, I guess. And let's do our pre-stream kickoff junkie stuff for you all. So the first thing is that we are continuing to raise money for the City Rescue Mission of Lansing. They are a homeless shelter here in Lansing, and they got like a website and stuff. You can see a link down in the chat, but we're raising money for them. And you can see that I am now, so we did this before, where when people donated to the charity, whatever charity we had going on at the moment, that I would like do push-ups and sing and dance and all that kind of crap. So we're gonna reinstate that. So right here you can see, these are the perks. My fingers, gotta get my fingers right. There we go. These are the perks for donating to the charity. $50, I will pop down and do some push-ups for you. $100, I will dance for you on stream. And I am a horrible dancer, so it should be very amusing to see me do stupid stuff. Now, I'm okay at push-ups. There's always somebody who's like, those aren't real push-ups. But I can at least do push-ups. So those are, anyway. So if you want to donate to our charity, the City Rescue Mission of Lansing, help support homeless folk, people who are down on their luck, people who are trying to probably get back to like where they want to be and stuff. Like a lot of these people are like, are single moms with their children and stuff that are in bad situations. They might be getting out of an abusive relationship or something, and they have nowhere to go, you know. And the City Rescue Mission of Lansing is there to give them a place to sleep and to give them food. All right. So if you want to help support that and help people out, there are lots of people in need, and this charity is one that I personally support because I want to help people, you know. And so if you want to join in and make me do stupid stuff, then you're welcome to do so. There's a link down in the chat, in the description, and you can tip tips, right? You can also just go donate to them at their website if you want, or you can find a shelter in your local area and donate locally. But I do encourage folks to donate and give to charity and help folks out, because many of us are in very privileged positions in life. Even if we don't think we are, right? Many of us are blessed, and we have a lot more than others, and we can always help other people. I got a cat that wants to come up here, but he's rubbing against my arm chair, my armrest at the moment. You want to get up here, you big baby? Come on. You're such a turd. He doesn't want to come up here. Wasn't there an option for you to sing? I'm such a horrible singer. I don't want to do the singing. $500 and I'll sing, okay? $500 is the threshold. I hate singing so much that if you donate $500 to the City Rescue Mission of Lansing, to the charity, then I will sing, all right? But I don't want to sing. I hate singing. So you're going to have to really, really be generous to make me sing. I hate it. Red Deer, what's up, dude? How you doing? Do I have any flump related stories? No, I don't think I've ever used a flump in my games. Sorry, you're probably upset at me now. It's like, I love flumps and you've never used them? Unsub. Sorry. Okay. All right. Oh, D-Dan says, I remember years ago you did some battle token giveaway. Where did you originally get those? Those are from Tactical. Good gravy. I can't remember the name of those. Tactical tokens, I think. Token stamp tool. They actually have tactical tokens. Yeah, it's tactical tokens. That's where you can get those. I'm assuming they must still be selling those things. I would assume they are. I just haven't. I live under a rock, folks. What can I say? I'm very selective in my knowledge. Yeah, oh yeah, there is a giveaway going on tonight. That's correct. So there should be a link down in the chat somewhere for the giveaway, and you can join it. It's free. You just go click on some buttons and stuff, and then you join the giveaway. And at the end of the stream, we will give away $50 DM Lair store credit, where we have tons of Game Master resources for both 5th edition and Pathfinder 2. So, and by the way, our Layers and Legends 1 books, Layers and Legends 1 and Loot and Lore 1 are back in stock as well. So we have physical copies of those. And Into the Fae is back in stock as well. So you can use if you win the giveaway, you can use that $50 to get some of those books as well if you want. And we have digital stuff too. We have Foundry packs. Lots of cool stuff over there. Glory stories. Oh, that's interesting. I think the reason I like the horror stories is that obviously I like to rant a little bit about stupid stuff. But the other thing, the reason I like horror stories is that it presents the opportunity that I can work in some like advice on the situation, or ways that, you know, if you're in a similar situation, you might address the thing or something. It allows me to give maybe some information that might be helpful to people, you know? So that's another reason that I like doing the horror stories. You want to come up here? Will you quit screwing around, you big baby? I'm gonna fluff your bucket now. Oh yeah. Okay, so what else we got going on? We got the giveaway, we got the charity donations. Sweet. Cat's up here. I think we just do our patron shout outs and then we can start doing it. Here we go. Oh, Tony Coke says, I don't play D&D, but I apply a lot of your DM tips to the Shadowrun games. Sweet. Yeah, dude. Shadowrun's awesome. I played it. I only played it for a few game sessions, so that's not enough to really know if you like it or not, but I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff I talk about is applicable to a wide variety of tabletop RPGs. All right, here we go. So all of these folks' names who you see on stream are our wonderful patrons, and our patrons help support all the content we create, such as these live streams, our weekly videos, the Game Master advice stuff. They help over on the dmlair.com. We have free resources for Game Masters, both 5th edition and Pathfinder 2. We offer lots of free stuff to the community to help people out. That's one of the things that I do in my videos. It's one of my purposes is to help Game Masters. I want to help Game Masters, and our patrons help make that possible. So I really deeply appreciate their support. And they also get Lair magazine, which is our premium publication. It has lots of cool crap in it for Game Masters to use in their games as well. Adventures, monsters, puzzles, traps, the whole works. And then these folks right here, they support at a higher level, so I read their names off. And where did my thingy go? There it is. All right, I found it. Aaron H, Agile M, Alex S, Alexander O, Alithana, Alan D, Alethina, Amanda W, Ambers, Angelique K, Anton K, Art Soccer, Ashley, Alucas, Beavis Khan, Bees in Space, Ben D, Blackwolf, Bradley H, Brandon P, Brian D, Brian O, Brian the Lion, Brian C, Carl C, Chaotic Wolf, Christine B, Christopher G, Clay W, Colette H, Colin W, Connor D, Contrary Gravy, Corey A, Cordy H, Kuan B, Dara T, Dazwood Up, David B, David S, Dawolf, Dalen W, Dalen? Ooh. Dean D, Derek E, Diceoblin Gobble, Don D, Draxus, Dreams Gone, Dungeon of Terra, Ed R, Edward B, Edward L, Infrabo, Endorian72, Eric B, Forest Brew, Frank B, Gabriel T, Gene A, Gene W, George E, George R, Greg P, Guapo, Gubin, GVTM, Heart U, HLD, Important, Iron Cascade, Jackie Pizza, Jacob H, Jacob K, James L, Jeff S, Jeremy W, Jarek, Jim P, Joanne P, Joel J, John, John B, John D, John the Wicked, John Pinkanose, Jonathan F, Jonathan S, Jonathan B, Jordan, Jordan A, Jose B, Joseph H, Josh M, Josh S, Juan, Justin J, Kevin W, Killsaber K, Kirby, Curdy Stalker, Laura L, Laser Scion, Lionheart, Linda, Loki, Lord H, Lieberclaw, Matlock, Macy S, Mama D, Marcel V, Mark K, Marcus, Martin E, Master Noob, Matthew C, Meepy, Michael S, Michelangelo, Mika J, Mirostal, Mitchell, Mo20s, Mordakin, Morganth, Morvey, Nerd over 9000, Nicholas S, Nick H, Nostramo, Old Man Mage, Oleg, Patrick T, Paul C, Paul C, Paul S, Pathnick, Pivo, Porkchop Bacon, Puppet Master, Rendell C, Randy B, Rebar, Renner C, Richard M, Robert C, Robin B, Rope L, Ross A, Ryan, Saul R, Sakura, Samantha J, Sarah J, Sarah P, Scott C, Scott R, Shadow, Sean, Shane L, Sean the Ice, Simfan, Soul, Bora Gaming, Soul Naya, Stephen G, Stephen B, Stephen G, Stephen T, Steve S, Sturm, T Warner, Tabletop Nerd, Talina, Therese T, Terry V, the old DM, the Diabolical DM, the Jackal, the Dice Dragon, the Fuzzled, the New Bad Ombre, Thomas F, Thor J, TK, Tom B, Tom's T, Thomas Travels T, Trinity S, Tyler D, Tyler R, Valagor, Victor W, Victoria Q, Vladimir S, Volhoff Valez, Wesley K, William C, XX Redrum, Zombie Tron. All right, there we are. Turn that off. Come over here. What are you doing, buddy? Did you find some food on my desk? Because if there's food on my desk, I got dibs on it. All right? Yeah, that's right. He's just staring at me like, I don't care what you're saying, person. We must feed him. Yes. If you think Squeaky is adorable, please give me a thumbs up on this video. Give me some likes. He's a big fluffy bucket. He's a big fluffy bucket. Yeah. All right, sweet. Let's Green 4 Whiskey says, my hot take would be Dungeon Tube is mostly about interpersonal communication, game agnostic. Who's Dungeon Tube? I don't even know what that is. Give the cat cuddles. I did. I was. Where's Diapered Zoe? Are you rubbing against my camera? Don't rub against my camera. All right, I'm gonna give the kitty cuddles. Oh yeah. Okay, that's enough. I'm done. I'm done. I got cat hair on my face now. All right. Let's do some reading of stuff, shall we? You gonna help me read? Are you gonna help me read, buddy? All right, let's get this going. Here's our first one. Stand by. Let me get my thing configured here. All right. Hey, dude, we got to get this over a little bit more. Stretch this over that way. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, here we go. The DM says I can't be a bard. I mean, I think that's fair, right? Like, the game master technically can restrict the classes however they want. They can restrict the different races however they want. They can say that there are certain options that you can't use. I do it all the time. There are certain things that you cannot run in my games. You can't. All right, but shall we read the story? I came up with a character concept for a bard for a campaign I'm in after my character unfortunately died by being an idiot. She had a 6 intelligence and thought intimidating a dragon was a good idea. No, she didn't think intimidating a dragon was a good idea. The player thought intimidating a dragon was a good idea. Even a 6 intelligence person in the world is not brain dead, and they probably have enough common sense not to do dumb stuff with dragons. Just throwing that out there. The idea was that I was a former con artist who was cursed to always tell the truth as best I knew it. Okay, that makes sense. So then I became a theater critic and have been praised the world over for my brutal honesty and blunt reviews. DM said no because he didn't like the idea. Oh, that's stupid. Now, see, that's a stupid reason to say no to a person's character. That's a really stupid reason. It's like, oh, yeah, I don't like your idea. That's a bad idea. You can't do it. That's stupid, man. You know how many dumb ideas people have come up with over like the ages for their D&D backstories, or how many game masters have come up with dumb ideas? Like, people come up with dumb ideas all the time. Like, the only reason good ideas exist is because there's a plethora of dumb ideas out there. So to crap on somebody's dumb idea and not let them do it because you think it's dumb for something like their backstory, that's dumb. So I made a bard who wrote poetry because she read somewhere that poems used to hold magic. And then one day she gave a performance of one of her darker poems and an audience member died. Believing it to be her fault, she fled the city and lived a solitary life to avoid hurting others with her magic, who the party then found and convinced her she could use her powers for good instead of evil. Now that's a really cool idea. Now the first idea was fine too, in my opinion, but this one's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. The DM said no because the idea was cliche. How is it cliche? Is that like cliched? Okay, whatever. I think it's fine. So like, you can only have like purely original ideas. There's nothing new under the sun. You're never gonna, oh my gosh. Sounds like this dungeon master just has like impossible to, what do you want to call it? His standards are like impossible to meet. You should just tell your dungeon master to write your backstory for you, because apparently he doesn't like any of your ideas and you're not good enough. Maybe your dungeon master is just a moron. So I made a bard sorcerer who stole a young girl's voice in return for her heart's desire. Oh, okay. The catch, when she died, her soul belonged to me to use as an eternal slave. Yeah, I basically made Ursula. The DM said no because it was too OP. How is it too OP? It doesn't give you any in-game advantages. This game master's a moron. This is stupid. Like, it doesn't give you anything. You get 0 in-game advantages mechanically from that. And the game master's like, no, it's too OP. I don't think the game master understands what OP means. It means overpowered. And if you don't get any mechanical advantages from it, it's not overpowered. and you should just let your player do it. Why are you just gonna say no to a player's backstory for no good reason? It's stupid. You're just being a turd. I don't actually use adult language, but game masters who just like arbitrarily tell players no without having a good reason are abysmal. Like, yes, there are times and places for telling players no. I tell my players no from time to time. But you should have a good reason for doing so. And honestly, when I do tell my players no, I almost always tell them why the answer is no. I will justify it so that they understand that I'm not just being an arbitrary turd. I have a reason for telling them no. I have a reason for doing the thing that I'm doing. That is like the humane, rational thing to do. So I outright asked him if I could play a bard at all, and he said no, bards are stupid. Pick another class. So your game master's an idiot. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying you can't play this class. But you should tell the players that at the very beginning of the game when it's time to make their characters. You don't have them go through the exercise of creating backstories and potentially creating their character sheets as well, only to shoot down concept after concept after concept, and then later reveal that, oh, you know what, the problem is actually that I don't like bards, and so you should just pick a different bard. That's dumb. So that game master, you need to kick him between the... We do not condone violence around here, so just pretend I never said that. But yeah, he's an idiot. He's just walk away from that game. Please tell me that you walked away from this game. You did not stay in this game with a different character, did you? Because see, sometimes people have problems with game masters and other players, and it's like they enjoy pain and they stay in the group. You know, like you got to be willing to just walk away from a group unless you just want to suffer. So I'm hoping this person says they leave the group. Edit. I just saw you, Matthew Mercer, made a Twitter reply about this post. Oh, is the user. Okay. Made a Twitter reply about this post. And I am a little awestruck that a post I made just to vent and thought maybe just a handful of people to reply to had become such a large enough post that so many people have commented their thoughts. And interestingly enough, it's now on YouTube, and I am talking about it on a live stream, and you might go into one of my long form videos goes on my channel. So look at you. Awesome. I know I'm not Matt Mercer, right? But I'm somebody. So this is really such a wonderful community, and I think it's things like this and being able to have these conversations and vent about bad experiences. I think this is what is going to help make D&D and all TTRPGs a better experience for everyone. I am greatly humbled and amazed by all of you. You are absolutely wonderful. Thank you. So I think that everybody needs to have a space to vent. I agree. Everybody's got to vent to somebody, you know. But just venting, I don't know if that makes D&D and all RPGs better. It just it doesn't do that. It just alleviates a human need to get crap off your chest, you know. So I think there might be a little bit of a stretch there, but the fact that there are people that'll listen to you, I suppose, is a really cool thing. But I don't think that venting makes things better. In fact, one of the reasons I gave up on Twitter is that that's all anybody ever does over there is complain about everything. It's not necessarily venting. Sometimes it's venting, but many times it's just this cesspool. I don't know. I don't know if all of Twitter's like that. The D&D and TTRPG stuff that would constantly come through my feed was just constant negativity and complaining about this, that, and the other. And I don't know if they were being genuine or if they were just seeking attention or something, you know, because maybe those types of tweets get more attention or something, and they're trying to like grow their Twitter profile or something for whatever reason. I don't know. But that's one of the big reasons I gave up on Twitter, because I was tired of everybody just complaining about everything. It's complain. I don't like complainers. I don't like complainers. I like people who suck it up, shut their mouths, and get it done, you know? And if something's that bad, then walk away from it and be done with it, you know? Everybody's got problems in their life, and you can vent and stuff, right? To certain people and stuff. I guess that helps you a little bit, but there's like a line somewhere. I don't know where that is, but anyway. Yes, I mean, there's always the disclaimer of this is only one side of the story. I mean, that just kind of goes without saying. But yes, it's everything we read on here is one person's side of the story. So there's always another side of the story. We know, yes, that's very true. I'm gonna make another cat because I'm getting so much fur off from him as I pet him that I'm going to be able to assemble. If I pet him long enough, I will be able to assemble an entire new cat. That is my goal. We are gonna make a new cat together, just from like spare body parts. Fur, I guess. Right, Squeaky? We're gonna assemble a new cat together. All right, let's put the new cat right there. We'll make a pile of new cat body parts right there as we go through the stream tonight. All right, let's find another one. Gabriel, you missed the last half hour. What are you doing? Gabriel, you're late. Why did you come late? Gabriel. I hope you have like an excuse. I hope you have a signed excuse from a doctor or something, dude. Because you have to get to these on time. It's not like you can go back and rewatch it. It's live, man. Once it's gone, it's gone. Oh, are we talking about politics now? Uh-oh. 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 Ooh, Johnny Cash. Oh, I love Johnny Cash. So Johnny Cash, I like the old Johnny Cash. Like when he got old, like in his 50s or 60s or something. Oh my gosh, his music is amazing. Oh gosh. His voice, and I also like the lyrics of a lot of his songs too. So it was very cool. You were spacing out working on a personal project. It's fair. It happens. I'm just busting your chops, dude. It's all good. You haven't seen anybody mention politics either? Oh, okay. Sean says venting is getting something off your mind, not staying on the topic. At least that's what it means to me. Complaining has a goal of making others not like the things we don't like. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. That is a good point, Sean, because when I think about Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, people on there aren't just venting about stuff. They're actively complaining about things, and they're trying to influence change, I think. I just don't... what a crummy platform to try to influence change on. Most of the things on Twitter that are trying to influence change are just lies. They just lie about things, outright lies, and then it goes viral, and they're just spreading like lies. I don't want to talk about those things because that would be delving into politics, probably, or I don't know if it's politics, but it's probably stuff that would get people worked up. So we will talk about it. All right, let's find another story, shall we? Elvis is on the dark side of the moon. We all know this. Oh, we're talking about Elvis not being dead or something. He just faked it. All right, let's get the next one here. We got that one. Let's go to number 2. All right, where is this? All right, here we go. DM tells us he won't be DMing right at the beginning of the first session. All right, come on. Here we go. DM tells us he won't be DMing right at the beginning of the first session. I'm a member of Discord server that allows users to advertise their campaigns. Yeah, a lot of them do that. You can advertise your campaigns on my Discord as well. Oh, by the way, we have a giveaway going on, ladies and gentlemen. We have a giveaway going on. I keep forgetting to mention it. Link in the chat. We're giving away a $50 DM Lair store credit. So you can get like books, digital stuff, Foundry packs for 5th edition, for Pathfinder 2. Go over there and check it out. But also, join the giveaway, because at the end of the stream, we're going to give somebody money to go spend on our store where you can get cool crap. Okay, anyway, I don't know why that came to my mind. But anyway, one day someone posted an invite to their game. It had no information about the campaign, only the DM's name and time, which is really unprofessional, but whatever. Like, who cares? Like, seriously, who cares? It's unprofessional to only post. That's so stupid, man. I'm sorry. What is unprofessional about not posting more information than your name and the time of the campaign? Like, is it the best way to do a post? No. Like, ideally, you're going to want to give some information about the campaign so people can join it and stuff, but why is it unprofessional? Is it a paid game? Is that why you're calling it unprofessional? Like, if it's a paid game, then I guess that makes sense, because then it's like, it's a professional game, you're getting paid for it, so you could probably dub something as unprofessional. But like, if you're just making a post about a game, why would it be how can you possibly use the term unprofessional? That doesn't make any sense. It's not the best way to do a post. It doesn't give players necessary information, right? It's gonna waste people's time because they gotta ask you about what the campaign's about when you could have put it in the post to begin with. But like, calling it unprofessional seems like not the right word to use, which I probably should not be getting hung up on this as much as I am. I should probably move on. Maybe I'm like expecting too much from Reddit posts. I'm like expecting people to use correct words that actually express the meaning that they intend or something. My expectations are too high. This is Reddit. This is the cesspool of humanity. A lot of Reddit is just like absolute horrible garbage. So I don't know, man. Maybe my expectations are too high. I have not had good experiences on Reddit. I've talked about this before. I have not had good experiences on Reddit. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to go into it. It's a whole thing. But my experiences on Reddit have been very, very poor. I PM him and try to ask some questions. Yeah, which is reasonable because he didn't post any information about the campaign. But I get only, I'm gonna tell you when campaign starts. I would have just left. There's no sense even pursuing that campaign. Why would you even keep asking him questions? If you ask him reasonable questions about the campaign and he's like, I'm not telling you anything, I would bounce, man. That's like some sort of trap. It's gotta be a trap of some sort. It's so sketchy. A major red flag, one could say, but it's not like I'm doing anything else, so I went along. You have nothing else to do? Okay. You could join a different campaign. Go find one that gives you some information, dude. I mean, go play Baldur's Gate 3. There's a bajillion things you could do instead of joining some sketch post campaign. 2 days pass. Me, 4 other people, and the DM gather on a specially created server. Wow. Got their own server for their game, which isn't abnormal. I do the same thing. Goliath Cleric does the same thing. It's a normal thing to have your own servers for games. That's what Discord was for gaming. So whatever. The DM finally arrives 10 minutes later, spends another 10 minutes trying to set up a dice bot. Okay. Finally, everyone is ready to play, bot up and running, character sheet ready, and then the DM says, so, who wants to be the dungeon master? We, of course, instantly reminded him that he's the one DMing, as he advertised an announcement, which he replied by saying, I only said that in announcement because no one would join my game if it didn't have a DM. No crap, idiot. No crap. But you gotta tell people that you're looking for a game master. And then everyone left. Of course they left, because you're an idiot. Did you think that was gonna work? Like, this is the type of stupid things that people do, right? You're like, stupid post, you won't give people information, and then when they show up, You're like, who's gonna be the dungeon master? And you really think that's gonna work? You think that's gonna work? No, they're all gonna bounce, man. You're an idiot. What a troll. Uno reverse activate. Yes. I should try this someday. I should try this. The problem is like, I'd have to like hide my face and change my voice because otherwise people might know who I am, and then that would come back and bite me probably. And then there'd be Reddit posts about me saying bad things about, oh, this guy did. I'd be on the DM horror stories. Oh, the DM Lair was gonna run a game for us, and then he showed up, and it was just a big joke. We all had our hopes up for a game, and then he just pulled the switcheroo on us. I'd end up on Reddit as a horror story or something. Yeah, it didn't work at all. Yeah, there was no game. Yeah, they'd absolutely leave. Goliath says, I don't think I've been in a game in the last 5 years that didn't use a Discord server. Yeah, I think almost all games use a Discord server. Just makes sense. Green Whiskey says, this is not a horror story. I mean, no, there was no horror story. It was just the game didn't begin. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to that, but Claus says there shouldn't need to be professional because most people don't do it professionally earning money. Yeah, most people don't. A lot of people do though. A lot of people run games where they make money running games. I'm still in a game that relies entirely on an email thread. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I use my Discord server for the game that I run for my patrons in my Ancient Dragon campaign, the only thing that I really use it for is I send them all, I add everyone and remind them that we have a game. Occasionally I have a question to ask them or something about the campaign. And we record the videos, I post the videos there so they can watch them if they missed it or whatever. That's it. I don't use the Discord for anything else. I have a pin post with like character creation rules or something. I don't have time to like, when I'm running a game, I want to run a game at the game table, right back there. Or if it's online, I run it online. But like during the game sessions, when I'm actively involved in the game, I am usually not communicating a lot with players in between games. Right now, I frankly don't have time to do that. Before I got really busy though, I would do that a lot more. Because there's obviously some cool stuff you can do with that, but now it's mostly just like, hey guys, remember we got a game on Saturday. And my in-person game doesn't have a Discord at all. We just do everything in person. There's an email thread that just is, again, to remind them of when the game is. That's all it's for. That's all it's for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, we are raising money for the city rescue mission of Lansing. These guys right here. These guys help provide a place to sleep and food to those who do not have it. If you'd like to donate, there's a link down in the chat. Our goal is to raise $500. We are at $50 thus far. And we have charity donation perks as well. You can see them a little bit better when I go over this screen. But right over here, you can see that if you donate $50, I will do push-ups right here on screen. If you donate $100, I will dance on screen. And then somebody was asking me about the singing part, and I hate singing, but I told that person that if I got a $500 donation, I would sing because I hate singing. So if you'd like to do some good, donate to the City Rescue Mission of Lansing and help some people out who need some help, please feel free to do so. And you can make me do stupid stuff on stream as well. Help us reach our goal. We're at $50. We're trying to get to $500 right there. Thank you. Yeah, the PDFs, are we talking about? What PDFs are we talking about? Oh, Tales of the Valiant. Oh, yeah. Wait, Tales of the Valiant, didn't I already get the PDF? Or I didn't get it yet. What did I get from them? Oh, the SRD, they released their SRD. I got their SRD the other day. Are the PDFs coming out tomorrow? People are talking about Tales of the Valiant. Are they coming out tomorrow? Well, that's cool. I have like a, do I have a beta from them? I think I have a beta for them or something that I got once upon a time, but I don't remember. I had enough time to glance through it really quickly. Nostalgium, thank you for the sticker. Appreciate that. $10, thank you. Oh, Matthew says that they are out. Oh, so the PDFs are already out? Their 5e conversion guide is out tomorrow. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see their 5e conversion guide. That's Goliath. That's going to be super important for us to take a look at. Not necessarily right now, because you're doing your adventure arc this week, but like we're going to want to take a look at that and see how that fleshes out. The PDFs came out today. Oh, okay, cool. When you run online games, do you have video cameras on or off? On. I cannot do no video cameras. It annoys the crap out of me. When I'm a game master, I can't see you. I can't run a game optimally for you if I can't see your face. If I cannot see, there's just so much information I get from being able to see a person's face when I'm running the game. Especially online. Online's even more important that I can see people's faces. Whether they look like they're engaged, or they might be ready to say something. They can raise their hand or something to get my attention, because sometimes it's hard to get a word in when everybody's talking. Like, cameras are so essential, in my opinion, to online play. And I can't run a game if people don't have their cameras on, man. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe you're not the most pretty person in the world, but I don't really care. I just want to run a cool game for you, and I need cameras for that. I can't do it without cameras. So when I'm running online games, my players use cameras. I don't think that I say that it's a requirement, but I strongly encourage it, and I will like probably, if I get somebody in my game who doesn't have a camera, I will bug the crap out of them. Hey dude, get a camera. Hey dude, get a camera. Hey dude, get a camera. It's like $50, man. Come on, if you're paying that much money to play in a game with me, you can get a camera, man. The biggest problem with cameras off is people inevitably talk over each other. Yeah, I mean, that happens with cameras on too. It's always gonna happen. Until you become very disciplined, it's gonna happen on your online games. One of my tables have all the players using cameras. I can tell you that I'm 100% more motivated to give my all as a DM if I can see their faces. Easier to read the room and see when a player wants to talk. Yeah, there's just there's a lot of benefits to it. A lot of benefits. A lot of game mastering is the soft skills. It's the reading the room, you know, and it's playing off from that information that you gather from seeing people and reading their body language. That's a lot of game mastering. I mean, there's you could be like not so good at some of the technical stuff of running the game, but if you have good people skills and other soft skills, we'll call them, you can be a pretty darn good game master, you know. I think sometimes we focus way too much on technical skills, mechanical skills, like this is how you run a heist, or this is how you run a murder mystery, or these technical skills, and anybody can learn those technical skills and can implement them with a little bit of effort and stuff. But like, those aren't what usually distinguish an amazing game from like a so-so game. Usually the amazing games are like the soft skills, the personal touch, you know, like the ability to like narrate something and describe something, the ability to see that this player is disengaged. Let's figure out a way to get them engaged, you know, the ability to resolve disputes that happen, the what do you call it? The personal intelligence, or there's a name for it. What do they call it? The social intelligence to not get yourself in trouble, or to, I don't know. I can't use my words right now, but there's these soft skills that really make the difference in games a lot. And so I think there's a overemphasis sometimes on technical crap. And you can be amazing at technical skills and stuff, but have a horrible game because it's the soft skills that you need, because it's a group game and you're dealing with social dynamics, you're dealing with people. Emotional intelligence, that's the thing. I think that people that have high emotional intelligence are gonna just run better Dungeons and Dragons games, better Pathfinder 2 games, better tabletop role-playing games. Emotional intelligence, emotional IQ is going to be a really big help for running games. And if you have that, and you have that sensitivity, right, that is going to really, really help you. Somebody told me to pet the kitty. Mr. Gore, oh, wait, hold on a second. We got to keep assembling our cat. We're assembling a new cat. Oh man. I think I unconsciously threw the fur away that I had in a pile. There we go. We're assembling a cat. There we are. Why is it called emotional intelligence when it's a charisma skill? Oh, I have no idea. It's wisdom and charisma. Emotional intelligence is both wisdom and charisma is what it is. It's both of those things. Ed says it looks like Luke's cat is judging us. It might be. All right, I'll be right back. That whole conversation reminded me that I literally have a book on emotional intelligence. Right here. Emotional Intelligence 2.0. So it's on my bookshelf, my bookcase back there. The cat is the streamer now? Yeah. All right, you want to hit our next one? Let's hit our next horror story. Oops, that's the wrong one. Whoa. Oh, man. I goofed up my OBS screen. All right, there we go. And let's get this over here. Let's get that right there. All right, here's our next one, ladies and gentlemen. I found out that 2 of my team members were actually evil and plotting to potentially kill me before the end of the RP. What does RP stand for? The end of the RP? Does anybody know what that means? Before the end of the role playing? Swipe or no swiping. It means roleplay before the end of the roleplay? That's what it's supposed to mean in that. Okay. I've never heard it used in that manner before, but all right. They mean the game session? I think they mean the game session. That'd be my guess. Or by the end of the campaign, that makes way more sense. But to say by the end of the RP I've never heard that used in that context before. It might be a thing that I'm just ignorant of, which is fair, because I don't know everything, obviously. It means roleplay, but they must mean the game, the adventure, or the campaign. Yeah, they must. Captain Hawden says, internet writing skills. Yeah. Green Whiskey says, it makes less sense the more you read it. Okay, playing a GURPS game with some people I've known for a while. RP got changed because GURPS was becoming too much to handle on the GM side, which is honestly understandable on their end. Well, what? RP, so roleplay got changed? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. That must stand for something besides art roleplay. That can't stand for roleplay. So it says roleplay got changed because GURPS was becoming too much to handle on the GM side, which is honestly understandable on their end. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would the roleplaying how would changing the roleplay make the game more easy to handle? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, nice. I'm with you. This one makes my head hurt too. This person, what are they talking about? They're using abbreviations. They don't define their abbreviations. We don't know what they're talking about. I'm questioning whether it's even a role play or not. I think half of these horror stories are going to be me like criticizing people's writing ability or something. That's what it's shaping out to be so far today. What is GURPS? GURPS is a role-playing game. I think it stands for generic universal role play or something. It's a type of role-playing game. It's a game system that my understanding can be adapted for almost any type of genre. So you could use it for fantasy, you could use it for sci-fi. I'm pretty sure that it can be used for a whole bunch of different types of games. It's like, for instance, D&D is fantasy role-playing, right? And then so are things like Dungeon Crawl Classic and Castles and Crusades and Shadow Dark and Pathfinder 2. Those are all for like fantasy role-playing. But if you want to role-play, like, you know, in the future with technology, well, then maybe you're going to use Shadowrun, or you might find like a Star Wars role-playing game or a Star Trek role-playing game. So GURPS is just like a generic universal one that can be mostly used for everything. Did I get it right? Generic universal role-play system. Yeah, I got it right. Look at that. So they're playing GURPS. Now, what I have heard about GURPS is may or may not be true, because this is just anecdotal. People have told me this, and I can't confirm because I've never read it. I don't, you know, it's what people have told me. I have heard that GURPS is very rules heavy and it can be exceedingly challenging on that aspect because of how many rules and stuff there are. But that's just what I've heard. I can't really comment on that. Okay, so on to the actual story. Yeah, let's do that. I was playing an older detective that did her best to help save the city from the cultist threats that were a major part of the storyline. Turns out one of my teammates was the leader of the cult we were investigating, and if I didn't join them, was planning to kill me, or I'd just run away and remake my character anyways. So I spent a good 2 to 3 months working on a character that would not really advance much at all. She was just story fodder, I guess. I've always heard that there's people who do stuff like this, but dang, I did not expect it to happen to me. Yeah, what's really crummy there, what's really crappy is that the game master is in on that. Like, the game master has to be in on that sort of thing. You don't just get a player who's like plotting to kill you or do these things without the game master knowing about it. And that's the really crappy part. Like, game has to... I just don't think that... I really doubt that it's going to go over well when you have the game master essentially plotting with one of the players to essentially kill another one of the players. I just don't think that's going to go over well. Now, it's possible there are some games out there where that's the premise of the game, you know, where there's PvP and this sort of thing's going to happen. And if that's adequately and thoroughly explained before the game begins, session 0 or whatever, then okay, I mean, that's fair. You're literally explaining that this is the sort of thing that's on the table. Okay, fair, if that's explained. But if it's not explained and this is just some like big brain idea that the game master had and this player had to like screw over another player, that's total horse crap. And this is just, it's abysmal, unacceptable, horrible human behavior. I've always heard there's people who do stuff like this, but I did not expect it to happen to me. I spent so much time on this character's backstory and issues to work through to develop her, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways because she'd just be shot in the skull. It's clear that nobody really thought about this happening. What the heck would I do if I made a new character? How would it work out with the same DM that allowed this. No, it wouldn't work out. No, this is literally the sort of thing that if you are in a game like this with a game master and a player who do this to you, you leave the game and you don't return. Unless they explained in advance that this was something that might happen. Then it's fair because it was explained that that's part of gameplay. But if it wasn't, then this is the sort of game that you run away from. This is the sort of game master you do not want to be associated with. And the player, probably not either, except that, in all fairness, the player may have gone to the game master and been like, hey, I was thinking about this, but I'm not sure if this is the sort of thing that's okay for your game. And the game master would have been like, oh, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Let's figure this out. And the player would have been like, oh, well, maybe it's okay to do this. Okay, fine. You know, so I place the responsibility of this right here on the game master. The game master is the one that allowed this. They were complicit with it. They probably plotted along with the player for a way to do this. So this is on the game master, 100% on the game master. Now the player who did this still might kind of be like a little bit on the skeezy side, but this is mostly the game master's fault. They should have killed that dumb idea as soon as they found out about it. And now you have a player who put a bunch of work into their character that basically just got rubbed out because of story reasons. It was plot points, you know? So that's horse crap. That's horse crap. Now there are legitimate reasons you might lose your character, right? Combat, monsters, dragons, undead, liches, zombies, right? There are legitimate reasons to lose a character. But to lose a character because your game master and another player were plotting behind your back to kill you is just stupid. And you walk away from those games. RPGXS says the biggest flaw with GURPS is its layout. Reading those books is, well, interesting to say the least. GURPS looks rules heavy, but it's more of a toolkit. Use the rules you like. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's... I feel like that's a problem with... I haven't read like every RPG, obviously, but there are some tabletop RPGs that I read the books, and there's one in particular that I'm thinking of that I don't want to mention the name because I don't want to talk bad about. I actually like the game system. I think it's a cool game system, so I don't want to mention it, but it could stand to benefit from some better organization, the book itself. And I have a friend who likes that game a lot, and he literally told me that the rule book, he runs that game, the rule book is kind of a mess, and he's made his own cheat sheets where he's literally like copied pages out of the book and assembled them into a binder or something so that he can actually find what he needs when he's looking for it, because the book is kind of a mess. So yeah, there's sometimes, you know, we have cool games that we want to get published and get on paper and stuff, but some of our skills, layout skills, organizational skills or something, are lacking, right? And so you get a book that, you know, can't find what you're looking for. It's kind of a mess. It happens. I got kicked out of college because a person didn't like me in a D&D club. What? How does that happen? How can you get kicked out of college for that? I mean, there are people that are like, you know, I should probably not talk about this. I'm gonna take that back. I was gonna talk about some people doing things that are absolutely abysmal and not getting kicked out of college, but that's gonna be pushing some buttons, so I should just probably not talk about that. Pretend I didn't bring it up. Just leave a random player, start doing that out of nowhere? Yeah. Been in a situation like the one in the text, but I was the DM. Safe to say I didn't want to play with a civic murder hobo. Oh yeah, I mean, if I had a player that came to me and wanted to do that sort of thing, that would be a big red flag, and I would be like, no, we don't do that in my games. And then I'd be watching them like a hawk to see if there's other problem behavior, because yeah, there absolutely could be. Yeah. Oh, I did. Oh, I missed a $50 tip. Oh, holy crap. Wow. All right. Bradley Barth Bradley Barth, thank you so much for your $50 tip. I really appreciate that, dude. So for those who are just joining us, we are currently working on raising money for the City Rescue Mission of Lansing. They are a homeless shelter near where I live, and they help provide food and housing to those who are in need. And so we're currently working on raising $500 for them, and we're now at our $100 threshold. So thanks to Bradley, who just gave us $50, we are now at $100 out of $500. So if you would like to help us reach our goal and make me do stupid stuff like push-ups or dance, then please feel free to donate via tips. Everything that's donated, 100% of all tips, go to the City Rescue Mission of Lansing. And I donate to this charity myself out of my own personal funds as well, for whatever that's worth. I really believe in what they're doing. So if you'd like to help support them, please feel free to do so. And now we are going to go to one of my cameras, and I'm going to do push-ups. Going to do some push-ups. Yay! It's been a few days since I've done push-ups, so I should be good to go. Let's see how many I can crack out. And I want to see how many people criticize me because they're not perfect push-ups. And if you were in the military, your commanding officer would, your sergeant or whoever would tell you to do them again because they were bad. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a dude, okay? I'm a dude in the basement. Your expectations need to be tempered a little bit. All right. I think you can see me here. Yeah. Oh. Oh, there we go. I gave you 20. The first 10 are easy. The next 5 aren't that bad. But once you get above 15, you start to feel that. And I haven't had a warm up or anything. What? I don't care what you have to say, big baby. He's like my co-streamer today. Totally my co-streamer. Dirty White Llama says, your push-ups are terrible when you're standing at the desk talking to the camera. Yeah, I'm good like that. Mr. Gore says, I care what he has to say. Oh, you hear that? Mr. Gore cares what you have to say. You have anything else you'd like to tell us? Huh? What's your problem? Yeah, that's right. Fluffy bucket. Oh wait, Gadget Cat told us the story about how he got kicked out of college for D&D. So Gadget Cat says basically a random dude joined the club with no D&D experience and became club president very fast. Bro did everything to mess up the campaign I ran for the club. I was also a player in the game with this guy, and he was a problem player. He caused it. I'm reading. I gave you food. I cleaned your litter boxes, giving you attention. I'm petting you. I'm assembling a little cat from your fur. Like, what else do you want from me? Wanna bite me? You're such a pain in the butt. Hold on. He caused a bunch of drama for me and banned all TTRPGs besides 5th edition during the OGL scandal. What an idiot. The OGL scandal was when people were being like, the 5th edition and trying different things, and he's banning other games? I would just leave the D&D club. Like, you guys are idiots. I'll go play whatever game system I want to play. Kiss my butt. Kiss my hairy white butt. I don't care. And he agrees. Eventually, me and the other players, DMs, confronted him, and in retaliation, got me in trouble with the college. Oh wow, so because he's running the D&D club, he somehow has like, he can talk to college people to get you in trouble or something. Oh jeez, what a douche. Dude, I'd beat him up. I would be waiting for him outside the door, man, at night. He got me kicked out of college? Oh, I would probably do something to him. Or I'd find his car. Dude, you don't get somebody kicked out of college over nothing, and that goes like unspoken to, man. That's messed up. I would figure something out. Dream's gone. Yes, you're getting me into shape. You're getting me into shape. Where did I leave off? And Gadgetcast says, and that's why I got kicked out of college over a D&D game. Wow, that's crazy. Green for Whiskey says, that cat wants some freaking pets, but he's not gonna beg for it. Okay. You wanna get pet? There. You feel better? You feel better? You feel happy? You're getting attention? Yeah, you like that? Yeah, what else can I do? I'm gonna give you a massage. You want like a shoulder massage? Yeah? How's that? Work out the tension? How's that? How's that? You like that? Yeah? You like that? Is that good? Yeah. He likes it. He's like, that's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about right there. Give me attention. Give me attention. He baited you to do something and then he got you kicked out? See you later, Israel. And Dirty White Llama says, of course we care what Squeaky has to say. I mean, Squeaky is pretty cool. He's a big turd. A big fluffy bucket. That's what I call him. Oh, he baited you with politics? Oh. Gosh. And it's, yeah, good gravy. Politics and universities, man. All right. We have another co-streamer. Squirty Pie has joined the stream. You want to show everybody your butt? Yeah? Okay. Good job. All right, let's pick another story. Let's do another horror story. And all right. This horror story is titled The Game That Never Was. I'll try to keep this one brief. Had a 5e game that I was going to join, and the DM was full of red flags that all came out in session 0 and 2 days after it. All right, what are these red flags? No paragraphs, by the way. No paragraphs. We have no paragraphs. Literally a wall of text, no paragraphs. Can we get some paragraphs? It helps people read. It really does. It really, really does. You don't even have to have like a topic sentence and have all of your paragraphs deal with like the same main idea. Just put some line breaks in there and it really helps a lot. It really, really does. The party was going to be all at least partial casters. He wanted magic not to crit, and changes to different status conditions that would make things harder for martial players. Okay. The process of death saving throws was going to be altered to make it harder to keep alive. I mean, that is a reasonable thing to do. That's very reasonable. It is 5th edition. So this is 5th edition D&D we're talking about. Okay. I wasn't sure for a second there if we were talking about something else at the very beginning of this. But yeah, if you're talking about D&D 5th edition, a game master who wants to alter the death saving throws so that it's harder to stay alive and death is more likely, that is reasonable. Because the death saving throw mechanic is abysmally easy to not die. It's especially after level 3 or 5 in the game, it's almost impossible to die. So that's a completely reasonable thing to do. Things that people said that they were uncomfortable with, he said was in the world. What? Okay, we can't write properly. Things that people said that they were uncomfortable with, he said was in the world. Okay. So in his world, there are things that people have already said that they are uncomfortable with. Okay, I think I'm with you now. He couldn't pretend that it wasn't, but claimed we wouldn't see it. Looking back now, I highly doubt that. This is incomprehensible. Like, incomprehensible, uncomprehendable. Like, you can't even understand this. What are you talking about? I think the real horror story here is like trying to decipher what they're trying to say in this post. We need like a translator here. Google Translate. Turn poorly written English into something that we can understand. I really shouldn't get upset about incomprehensible writing as much, I suppose, but wow. There's even an edit button. You can like read what you posted and go back and make sure it makes sense. You can edit it and stuff. One player was told that because they were going to be, I don't understand that sentence, but I'm moving on. One player was told that because they were going to be playing a tiefling warlock, that their patron would have to be evil and very against nature. Okay. Told me that a language that was canonically spoken in my hometown wasn't a language there. Think French isn't spoken in Canada. I mean, that's fair though, because it's his game world. He can make it, he can decide that certain languages are or not spoken. He can change the game world however he wants to. That's within the game master's prerogative. You can't say that it's canon. It's canon that in this game world, this language is spoken here. He can totally change that if he wants to. That is not, that you, as a player, you control your character. Everything else. It's my dog. As a player, you control your character. That's it. Everything else is within the game master's control. Now, of course, if they make changes to the world or to the game that you don't like, players might leave, of course. There's always that. But you can't tell them that they have to follow canon. That's not reasonable at all. 2 days later, they told me that they were putting a limit on the number of wild shapes I could have that weren't CR0 to be equal to my wisdom modifier, and saying it wasn't homebrew, that it was an optional rule that I had not opted into. I don't know where that optional rule is. I've never heard of that optional rule. I know there's a number of wild shapes you can use in a day, but that doesn't, there's nothing about the non-CR0 ones. But I understand where the Game Master's coming from. Probably, I mean, druids at low levels are very powerful because it extends your hit point pool big time. And so, yeah, now at the higher levels, druids, they lose some of that early power. Totally understandable. The converse is true for monks. Monks at early levels are kind of crappy, but then in the mid levels and high levels, monks in 5th edition D&D become very powerful. So that's just one of the things with some of these classes. You know, they're just kind of like, woo, I don't know, all over the place. Lost their temper with me. We're not putting subjects in either. I'm assuming that the DM lost their temper with you when I said I wasn't comfortable with that change. You weren't comfortable with it? You weren't comfortable with it? What does that mean? It's like, okay, look. If I'm in a game and like, let's pretend that like someone puts their hand on my shoulder in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable. Well, then I'm gonna be like, hey, dude, don't do that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. That makes sense. Or let's pretend that like, you know, somebody's like, I don't know, staring at me in a weird way or something. I might say, hey, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Could you not do that? Or somebody is like talking about a topic that is not appropriate or that makes me feel uncomfortable. I might say, hey, that makes me feel uncomfortable. But like, how can you say you're uncomfortable with they're making a mechanical change to the game and it makes you feel uncomfortable? That's kind of like you're equating like some sort of moral right and wrong to the game master changing a game mechanic. And that's just silly. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't allow bards in your game. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable with that. You know, that's a little bit, yeah. Okay. They lost their temper with me when I said I wasn't comfortable with that change. I wasn't even aiming for Circle of the Moon. I wanted Circle of Dreams, the least combat subclass, and started cussing me out, saying that this was a good thing for me. Okay. I get the Luke, get the feeling that this person is probably, I'm reading between the lines here. I feel like this person is probably representing this story in the most favorable light for themselves, and they are representing other facts in the least favorable light for the game master. I get the feeling from what I'm reading here, there's always like, you know, there's always the thing of you got to get both sides before you know what actually happened. But for this one especially, I'm getting the feeling that this person is like, you know, slanting this story in their favor. They started cussing me out, saying that this was a good thing for me. I get the feeling if someone was a monk, they would have told them they could use a number of key points equal to their proficiency bonus in combat. I mean, that's not unreasonable. Monks get tons of key points. They get them back after a short rest, if I remember correctly. And they can do lots of stuff that's really powerful with key points. Especially Stunning Strike. Overall, they ignored us, saying we didn't want a gritty game. And between the severe limitations that they were putting on me already limited wild shapes and telling another player that they had to be against nature, I can't help but feel like I was getting targeted. They're targeting you. Oh man. So their rule changes are making you feel uncomfortable, and now they're targeting you. Thankfully, they kept pushing back session 1 until one day they quietly dropped out of the server and the game never happened. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like, I mean, if they wanted a gritty game and they were trying to create a gritty game, but the players were all saying that they didn't want that sort of game, then it seems completely reasonable that the game master would leave, because you guys don't want that type of game. The game master doesn't have to run the game that you want. The game master puts in a lot of work and time to run a game. They have the right to choose what type of game they want to run. Now, as players, you might not want that game, and that's fair. That's why you have the option of which games you play in and which games you don't. But I mean, if I'm a game master and I have a very specific idea of the game I want to run, then like I'm gonna try to find players that want to play that game. That's only fair. And if there are players who don't want to play that game, then, well, then you're welcome to walk and find a different game, because I'm playing this game. I'm running this game. You know, so it makes sense that the game master would leave. It does, because none of you want to play that game. It sounds like there was stuff going on that, you know, was not good signs for a group before the game even begins. I got like cat hair all over my face. Chris says, gritty game or not, the GM makes the game. Yeah, it's up to the game master. They're doing all the work. They're putting the time in. It's their prerogative to run the game they want to run. I run a game set in the world of Greyhawk, and recently a new player got upset. He was upset that it wasn't Forgotten Realms, let alone run in Osric, not 5th edition. DM or GM have the right to run the game. Yes, absolutely 100%. 100%. That fireball to my face makes me feel uncomfortable. Please stop it. Oh yeah, yes. You know, every time your orcs attack me with your sword, I feel uncomfortable. If you could not have your orcs attack me, I would feel much safer. I would feel like I was in a nice safe space. But when your orcs constantly attack my character, I don't feel safe. And I feel like I'm being targeted. So please, have your orcs attack somebody else. But this is like a game, or it's a combat game. No, but I'm feeling targeted. Well, they are literally targeting you. They're targeting your character with their broadswords. Like that, they're literally doing that. I know, and that makes me feel very uncomfortable. If you could target them, have them target somebody else. Okay, but so does that mean that you're not going to target my orcs with your spells? Well, no, because that makes me feel better and more comfortable when I'm able to kill your orcs. So why can't I kill you? Well, because it's not yeah. Like, take it to an extreme, right? Green for whiskey. So, okay, hold on a second. Goliath Cleric says, games are not hostage situations. Nobody is obligated to be there. And then Green for Whiskey says, I wholeheartedly disagree. My games are hostage situations. James M says, great advice. A lot of new with 5e players seem to think they can just dig in and make the GM spin their wheels rather than admitting that they don't want to play in a game. What does that mean? Can you clarify? I don't understand what you mean by that. I think it sounds interesting. I think if you can clarify, that'd be awesome. Makaburu, what up? You did not miss it all. We are still here. Welcome, welcome. Matthew says, Reginald feels uncomfortable a lot. Oh, I bet. I target Reginald all the time. So Matthew Chamberlain, who's in the chat, is a player in one of my games, my Ancient Dragon game that I run for patrons. And he is a cleric. And they're level 20 right now. And he does a lot of healing. And guess what? Bad guys don't like it when they see somebody doing healing. And so Matthew's cleric gets targeted a lot. A lot. How do you feel about consent forms or the X cards? I prefer to just tell up front what type of game I'm running. I mean, if a person has to use certain tools, like, you know, I guess use the tools that you feel like you need to use, you know? I don't, what I basically do is I just expect my players, and I tell my players that if you don't like something, speak up. Say something. Say something. Exercise your ability as an adult to speak your mind and to say something. Talk. You can do it during the game session. You can do it after the game session. It doesn't matter, but just talk. So we don't have to have cards. I've seen people put cards to their forehead. I saw one game session online where, like, there was a scene going on and they were literally putting cards up and they were keeping them up to express that they consented with the scene. Like, if you want to raise something when you don't consent to get people's attention and stop the scene, that makes sense. But the one that I saw where they're literally just like sitting here like this for 10 minutes, that's silly. Raise something to get somebody's attention if you need to stop it, but like, you don't got to sit there with a card to your forehead for 20 minutes. I think they were intentionally doing that to raise awareness about that mechanic or something. I don't know why else they would be doing that. It was really silly. But if you got to raise a card, or if you literally need to have consent forms because that's the maturity level that you're all at, you know, and that's a mechanism that works the best for you, fine. But if you can just talk when things make you feel uncomfortable, that's the way to do it. I've done that before as a game master. I had a player once, this was in my Curse of Strahd game. I had a player who was, I forget what they were even talking about. It was probably something like child torture or something there, or it was like, it might have been like, it was something really inappropriate. I forget what it was. It was wildly inappropriate. Wait for my dog to stop honking. It was wildly inappropriate, and I stopped them right away. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, we're not talking about that. Just stop. And it was over. That's all that had to be done. It was just speak up and call an end to it. I found that forums help certain people more effectively communicate their thoughts than just talking to them. But it depends on the person. I'm not going to be useful. It's not going to be useful for everyone. Yeah, I mean, different things work for different people. Sure. What is my dog doing? She's just bouncing around in her bed. Oh, you like my cup, Tana? I got this off Amazon, I think, but I don't think you can find this exact one anymore. I can't, at least. I've tried looking for it. Chris says, I think we as GMs need to use common sense and respect. We don't need cards for forums. I've always just used common sense and respect, and it works really well. It works really well. All right, I think I have one more of these. Let's take a look at this next one. Oh, you know, we should, before we do that, I should remind you all that we do have a giveaway going on right now. So hopefully we have a link down in the chat where you can join the giveaway. We will draw the winner at the end of the live stream, which is about 20 minutes from now. And the winner will win $50 store credit on the DM Lair store, where you can get a variety of wonderful resources to use in your games. We have books. Layers and Legends 1 is over there. We have Into the Fae over there. You get the hardcovers. You can get digital stuff as well, obviously. We have Foundry packs over there for both 5th edition and Pathfinder 2. We have adventures over there. Back issues of Lair magazine are all over there. So there's lots of stuff over on the dmlair.com that you can use in your games, reduce your prep time, run really cool games for your friends. So the winner of the giveaway will get $50 to go get resources of their choice. So join the giveaway. It is free. You just click a few buttons and you're in. And oh yes, we are raising money for the City Rescue Mission of Lansing. This is the charity that we are currently trying to raise some funds for. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That was the wrong one. There we go. So these folks help provide housing and food for those who are in need. And we have currently raised $100 for them. Our goal is $500. So there's a link down in the chat where you can tip. And I also have a link down there where you can learn more about the City Rescue Mission of Lansing and what they do. And as a reminder, we have charity donation perks. If you donate $50, I will do push-ups on stream on this camera right here. And if you donate $100, I will dance for you. And I am not a good dancer, so that should be really entertaining. And our stretch goal, if somebody donates $500, I will sing a song for you. Because I hate singing. And so I've pretty much made that amount something that probably nobody's going to donate. So there you go. Help us reach our goal and watch me do stupid stuff. And I've already done 20 push-ups tonight. So I think I've mostly recovered from those push-ups. Yeah, but that was a good workout. That was a good workout. All right, now let us go to our story. This is the last one that I had here. Wait a second. I think I read that one. Wait, did I read this one already? I think I read this one already. Yeah, I read that one. Which one haven't I read? I haven't read all of them yet. Did I skip one? Oh, I doubled. Okay. These are both the same. I got the wrong one. Okay, I have to go over to my Discord and get the right one. Is this the one? All right, I'm having a, so Zach, you sent me 5 of them, but I screwed this up. That's the wrong one. Which one haven't I done yet? The game that never was. I did that one. Okay, I think I found it. I think I found it. Whee! Hey, Matthew, thank you for the $25 tip, man. I appreciate that, dude. Now we're at $125 raised out of our goal of $50. All right, here we go. Okay, so the title of this horror story is No, You Don't Get It. You Have Autism. Okay. This sounds like it's gonna go somewhere bad. When I was in university, I joined the local Dungeons and Dragons club. I was met by a DM called Austin. Austin was a jacked up guy who studied psychology and liked to bodybuild. All the player gathered in the room. It was a session of Dungeons and Dragons. This guy went to college. English is not his first language. I am gonna wager a guess that English is not this guy's first language. Because sometimes you read stuff and you can tell that the person is a native speaker, they just don't know how to write. Other times you read stuff and you're like, no, I think this guy's not a native speaker. I think this guy is not a native English speaker. And the first tip off is that he's calling it university. Most native English speakers don't call it university. They call it college. They don't say university. So I would guess non-native English speaker. All right, continuing. For record, the DM knows I'm autistic. When another player named Greg started making bigoted jokes during session 0, sexism, homophobia, racism, etc., and I would angry and upset at it, Austin would take me to the side and slowly explain the joke over and over again until I got it, saying my autism got in the way of humor. Okay? Yeah, but there's some things that aren't funny, dude. Some things are not funny. Like, the things that you're listing there are probably not gonna be funny. You're not just gonna get it. When I tried to leave, so when you tried to leave the game, he would stop me and try to reason it out. Ask me to explain my reason. He would then deny anything, then would explain that I just don't get it. It's just a joke, all for laughs. He then tried to get me to get the jokes again. So he won't let you leave the game, and he's trying to force you to understand the jokes. That seems really stupid. It's like, no. This was a legitimate joke. This was a legitimate joke, and you're just not getting the joke. So you're gonna sit your butt down, and you're gonna listen while I explain the joke to you. And you're not leaving this game session until you understand and laugh at all the jokes that we're trying to tell you. That just seems stupid. If somebody wants to leave, let them leave, dude. They don't like your jokes, let them leave. Who cares? You know? They'll go to a different game, and you guys can all keep telling your what sounds like inappropriate jokes to me. He would constantly say to other players that I don't get social cues, so don't mind her, and would list any symptoms of autism I would show at the game, and say to the players not to be angry and that my brain doesn't function as normal. Wow, and they're doing that in front of you too. Jeez. That guy's messed up. Good. I don't even know what to say to that. I did not return for a session 1. Finally, a reasonable person. Holy crap. Because remember, we were reading a horror story like a couple weeks ago, and the person was putting up with all manner of horse crap and abuse, and they kept going back to the game. Like, they were in a game for over a year, and it was just a messed up crap show, and they kept going back to the game. Finally, here we have somebody with a little nugget of common sense, a little bit of a reason, some, intelligence in their head, where they're like, these guys are bad people. This game is, I don't like this game, and they're inappropriate, and they're being very sleazy, skeezy people. I'm not gonna go back. Yeah, this person's smart. When you're in a horrible game, the most reasonable thing is to stop going to the game. And this person got it. Yay, because not everybody gets it. Congratulations. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to that game either. I mean, I don't even have to if people are making inappropriate jokes that aren't funny and that are offensive and crap, offensive to me, I suppose, then yeah, I'm just not gonna go back. I don't want to hang out with people like that. Especially when I'm supposed to be having fun. If you're going to a game to have fun and people are making jokes that make you feel bad and that are offensive to you, then yeah, don't go back, man. You're supposed to have fun, so yeah, don't go to that game. Not all jokes land, but with questionable content, you need to know your crowd. Yeah, that's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. Glass says this is something that happens to autistic people more than anyone cares to admit. It feels very high pressure to stay, but some people feel the need to over-explain, like autistic people are children. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience in that realm, to be really honest with you. So I really can't comment on a whole lot of stuff because I'm just kind of ignorant. But I do know about treating people like human beings, and some of the things that guy was saying was not treating that person with respect and dignity. I can say that for sure. Those are social dominance jokes? Oh, interesting. So those are jokes to make you feel superior in a social situation. Interesting. I'm not familiar with that concept, I suppose. I just don't hang out with jerks, and those people sound like jerks. Jacob says, that sounds like one where we would benefit from hearing the other side of the story. How exactly were they stopped from leaving? What was actually being said there? Yeah, that's a good point. Did this guy physically stop him from leaving or something? Yeah. Huh. That would be very interesting to hear that side of the story. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Gadget Gas says, I'm autistic and I'm treated like I'm a stupid kid a lot. It is actually really annoying. Yeah, so there's this kid in the church I go to, and he's about, how old is he? I think he's about 15. He's probably around 15, and I'm not sure if he's autistic or something else is going on. I just don't know. I am not well versed enough on those matters to say. I just don't know. But he has something, whether it's some autism or something. But I don't know. I always have just so at my church I volunteer. I do it's not child care. It's like the church for kids. What do they call that? What do they call it when Sunday school? It's that we don't call it Sunday school. We have a special name for it. We call it Riv Kids. But most churches call it Sunday school. So I volunteer for Sunday school, and he is in some of my Sunday school classes. They're the larger kids that are around his age or so, and he's in there, and his mom also volunteered for Sunday school, and sometimes he's in her class. for a little bit as well, and I've been in her class before, and so. But anyway, there's this kid, and he has autism. He has something. I'm not sure what it is. I just don't know. But all I know is that I have always strived to just treat him like a normal human being. I talk to him normally. I treat him normally. And I don't know what you're supposed to do. I just don't. All I know is that, hey, I'm just going to treat him like I treat everybody else. I'm going to talk to him like I treat everybody else. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat him like a normal person, just like everybody else. And I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I'm just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna treat him normally, like I treat everybody else. And we're gonna call it a day. So that's always what I've striven to do, my interactions with him, and because it just seemed like the most reasonable thing to do, because like, I don't know, like, you never know, like, because it's like, yeah, sometimes the exterior of what you see doesn't reflect like what's going on in here. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this person can't function like a normal person. Like they have some limitations. Like I don't even know what to call it. They don't behave the way that everybody else behaves, and they essentially, they have to, somebody accompanies them during church, so I don't know. I don't even know, like, this isn't a realm that I'm just not well versed in, and I don't even know what the proper words and terms are to use, and I'm almost afraid that I'm going to say something wrong and offend somebody when I'm really just approaching this all from just a very, like, I don't know. This is the type of topic that I'm afraid to talk about because somebody's going to take it the wrong way. And I'm going to use the wrong word when referring to this stuff. And somebody's going to get all upset. And, and all I know is that, everybody deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, no matter what's going on, whatever situation you have or anything. And so I always just try to treat everybody with love, dignity, and respect, And yeah. Squeaky agrees. All right. Let's draw the winner to the giveaway. All right. Drawing the winners to the giveaway. Whee. Oh. Kelly Penders. I almost missed your super chat. Thank you for the super chat. If you've never donated, I hope I'm doing this right. Just wanted to say thanks for your help on Patreon the other day. You made my week with that. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to help. Also, super chats go to YouTube. YouTube takes 40% of all super chats. So my suggestion is, and this is for all viewers, don't super chat. Don't super chat. Don't send stickers because YouTube takes 40% of that money. 40% of it goes to YouTube, and YouTube does not need more money. They have lots of money. So when we're raising money for our donations, for our charities and stuff, you want to send it by tipping. And there's a link in the chat where you can send it by tipping. And then that ensures that 100% of your money goes to our charity and that YouTube doesn't take a big portion of it. So you definitely want to donate to the charities through tipping. All right. Here we go. I'm drawing the winner to the giveaway. Oh! Guess what? Kelly Penders. Du hast gewonnen. Congratulations. Kelly, you literally just you just won the giveaway. Literally won the giveaway. I can prove it. Right here. No, I can't show it because it has your email listed, so I can't actually show people. But congratulations. You won. I will be sending you an email and we will get you hooked up with $50 store credit, the DM Lair store. So congratulations. Everyone starts super chatting now. Don't super chat. YouTube does not need more money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. I will see you next week. We'll have a live stream next week. We'll hang out a little bit. Thank you for hanging. It's been fun. And let's see. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's it. I'm leaving now. All right, he has literally been here the entire stream. All 2 hours he has been sitting here. That right there is a very persistent and awesome game master or streamer co-chair. All right, I'm leaving now. I'm ending this stream.